What's going on, FMFAM? It's your boy. Hey, we got a little something different going on the channel right now. As y'all can tell from the title, get to know me, okay? So we asked some questions and we're gonna get right into it. We ain't gonna waste too much time. We're just gonna get right down to the nitty-gritty and where this goes. Maybe we'll do some of them more in the future. Who knows? We'll see how this video turns out. Anyways, comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. All right, let's do this. So, being that it is slow, I am going to take some of the time and make some good use out of it. Okay, we did a Q&A up on the channel, community post a few days ago, and I said once we get to 15 questions, I will make a video and learn y'all a little bit about me or whatever y'all had to ask, and I will be posting the question about right here, okay, as we go through them. So to start things off, first, why do you use an impact gun on drain plugs? I don't think I've ever used an impact on a drain plug, especially if it's an aluminum pan, yeah, or a plastic pan. I know I use an electric, just a baby electric on overflow plug, but those don't have a lot of torque, and I mainly use it to be quicker and not get dirty. But yeah, if I'm draining oil or CVT or something like that, differential, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, so have you seen me do that before? I hope not. If I do, man, point me out and so I can make sure never to show that again. But yeah, for the most part, I don't use drain plugs. I mean, I don't use impacts on drain plugs. Okay, next question from DLC for Christ. Why did you choose this career? I chose this career basically because we had vehicles that would break down and people couldn't fix them right. One in specific I talked about before. My mom had a Thunderbird way back in the day, and that thing lived in the shop. They would fix something or thought they fixed something, it lived for a couple days and then back into the shop. So ever since then, I was like, you know what, I want to be able to fix my family's vehicles or never have to take my car to a mechanic. Ironically, I learned that working on your own vehicles is not fun. Okay, fixing your own stuff is not fun. You don't get paid for it. When we do this for a career, yeah, we want this. So currently, as y'all know, I have an Equinox. It's at another shop because I have extended warranty. I don't want to work on my own vehicle. I'd rather not. Why? Because if I mess it up, it's on me. No, I'd rather another shop be liable for that. So I'm using this a little bit more. My knowledge, the knowledge of knowing that another shop, if they freak something up, they could be liable for it, and they know what they're doing on that manufacturer. With Chevy, I don't know nothing about Chevy except what I do on my Cobalt or on my Silverado. So basically the reason I chose this career is because this is something I've always wanted to do. This basically all I know as far as trades, and I think I'm doing all right. Master Tech, became a Master Tech in 6 or 7 years, so I'm coming up on 3 or 4 years right now as a Master Tech, or yeah, as a Master Tech, and hopefully have a lot more years under my belt. I'm 30 years old right now, I'm gonna be 31 this year, and hopefully I'm wrenching for another 10 to 15 years before I decide to move up into management or expand myself a little bit more. Lakes Automotive Diagnostics. What is your diagnostic process on diagnosing timing codes on a 3.5? Do you do any teardown or just go off of scan tool data? Basically, Lakes, I go off of scan tool data. So depending on the code itself, I'm looking at where timing is sitting, on their degrees, looking at the camshaft sensor, the cam sensor. I'm seeing if that's getting stuck or whatnot. I'm seeing if when I blurp the throttle or give it some load, I'm seeing timing advance. If not, then definitely, if I'm seeing timing stuck somewhere, I'm looking at a solenoid. If that solenoid is stuck or not working or not operating, then I'm doing some tear down and digging into it, or just recommending a sprocket. Of course, and you can tell if a chain is stretched just by digging into it a little bit. So that's my process. Alex Ruiz, who or what got you interested in becoming a technician, and do you believe a college degree is necessary? I'm gonna answer the second part first, because I feel like I've already answered the first part. A college degree is not necessarily needed. Okay, I've worked with plenty of folks that have came in off the streets, meaning without any training. They've came in off the streets and they've excelled at becoming a technician. Now, does having a college degree or education on this subject help? It sure does. I did it, but I learned a lot. Most of my knowledge when I went, okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Most of my knowledge came from high school. Okay, high school is where I got a lot of my training, aside from the electrical part. Mechanical part, it was basically all high school. Then when I got into college, it was more of the electrical side is what I learned, electrical and AC. Had it not been for that, I would have still learned it through the manufacturer. The manufacturer sends you to training. Most of them. I don't know how all of them work, but I know where I'm at. We could get somebody that's never worked on a car, build them up through the shop, and then send them to training as they progress, and they come out to be pretty decent technicians. So I mean, it's all up to you. Do you want to go to college? Do you want to waste 30 grand on a technical college when you can actually get paid to go to school with the manufacturer? That's if you're willing to do a dealership, or I know some independents have their own thing, but definitely it's all up to you, bro, and how much you know as far as this field. Okay, wrenching life. If you were to go back to day one when you started in this industry, what would you change? What would I change, bro? Definitely I would change the college part. I wish I would have held off on college, and when I got out of high school, I wish I would have went straight into being a technician or applying at a dealership, because I didn't know dealerships had their own training. So I would have not been in debt towards Lincoln Tech. I know you went to, I think you said you went to a technical school also, UTI, I want to believe, or something like that, right? But yeah, that's definitely one thing I would change about going back in the day. I wish I would have I wish I would have came to main shop sooner. I held myself off for 2 years, I believe, in Express. I was like, nah, I don't want to work for Nissan. I don't want to be a main shop Nissan tech. I want to go work at Chevy. Had my chance at Chevy, and I came straight back in less than a week. So school, and I wish I would have came to main shop a lot earlier. Shepherd Fleet Services LLC. How you become so famous on YouTube? I don't know. I don't think I'm very famous, guys. Y'all know we're coming up on 30K subscribers, which that has really only happened in less than a year. This time last year, I was at about 600 to 700 subs. And then through the shorts, just posted shorts. My channel has become to where it is now. I'm sure a lot of y'all found me through shorts, and now I would like to expand my channel to be more long form video based instead of the shorts. The shorts are nice, good way to reach out there, but I would like to go into depth, let y'all see how I actually work, what I actually do, and stuff like that. So as far as becoming famous on YouTube, I don't think I'm too famous yet. I don't think I'm too famous. I don't know if I ever want to be famous, but if it happens, it happens, you know what I mean? But 30,000 people, I've never known or seen that many people in my life. Joe Lopez, what came first, the rooster or the egg? The chicken or the egg? I was gonna look this up too, and I forgot. So that's a good question. I've never really came up with an answer for that. I mean, in order for a chicken to hatch, or there has to be a chicken first, right? To lay an egg, but the chicken first had to come from an egg, so I don't know. That's a good question though. Do you have a hydraulic car lift system or any sort besides jack in your garage at home for DIY, or do you think that's unnecessary? I would like to get some quick jacks for my house, but I just have floor jack and jack stands. That's all you need for working at your house. But if I ever need a lift, you know, I have one here at the shop, but that's mainly for my own personal vehicles and for families. I don't really bring side jobs into the shop. I really don't even do side jobs, so it's not necessary. You can do with what you got, but it does make things a lot easier. It makes life a lot easier. What do you drive on the daily, foreign or domestic, and why? You're a big dude like me, and I like my legroom in the vehicle. FM. Well, right now I am dailying my Chevy Cobalt as far as right now, and then when I get my vehicle back from the dealer, it's a 19 Equinox 2.0 turbo, and my Cobalt is a 2.0 supercharged. And I drive those just because my whole family's been bow tie till we die. Like Nissan came about when one of my buddies from Lincoln Tech needed his position filled so he could move up, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I don't know much about Nissan, but I wouldn't change a part right there. Do you ever get burned out, and how do you deal with it? I do get burned out normally towards the busy times of the seasons, and then with doing YouTube, I definitely get burnt out a lot more than normal, because it's always YouTube or work. So I mean, we just got to push through with it, right? I don't have a choice. East Coast Ken, what's your favorite pizza topping? Canadian bacon and pineapples. We're gonna have a debate on this, whether pineapples belong on pizza or not, but I feel it is very good. Good question, East Coast. Barry, now I'm gonna see if you can hear anybody else in the shop do this. Can I get a No, nobody else did it, so okay. I was figuring somebody else would say it. Yeah, I think I just feel dumb now. Thanks, Barry. How is your back holding up? It's doing all right. Usually my back hurts when I'm doing a lot of heavy line. So a lot of transmission work, a lot of engine work, rebuilds and stuff like that. But that's for the most part, it's doing all right. Hey, Daniel, can I get a... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's what I was expecting him to do it. French plug, yeah, Steve. My back's doing good right now. Like I said, it's only when I'm like hunching over a bunch, and plus we ain't had a lot of work. Justin Smith, while learning, what was your hardest thing to adapt to help you get faster on work orders? While learning, that's a good question. Keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS. That's probably the easiest way or the quickest way. You know, if you have a fault, actually when I have an issue, I bet, especially when it's electrical, I'll go straight to the component that's not working. I'll check that. Okay, power and ground there. Normally that's gonna give me whether I gotta go power or ground. Oh, actually, I read your question wrong. What is the hardest thing to adapt to? Hardest thing to adapt to while learning. Trying to learn and make hours at the same time. Definitely. Sorry, I misread your question. I thought you meant like while learning, how do you deal with it? Okay, yeah. What is your goal as an auto tech? My goal used to be to open up my own shop, car lot type deal. Now it's just, I don't know if I want to go management or just go on my own. Not necessarily have my own shop to where I have people under me, but just do work for myself. But that's like in years to come. I feel like I still have a lot to learn in this industry or in this field, as far as, you know, because there's always technology coming out, and, you know, working at the manufacturer, I have to stay up to date with all this stuff. Why would anyone buy a soulless Glock when so many Get handguns can be had at the same price? Let's face it, Glock trigger sucks. I feel like any striker fire trigger sucks, because it's just, the pull on it is so far. 1911s, you could get 1911s for the same price or cheaper. I have a 1911. I have Smith & Wesson. I have a bunch of striker fires, but I'm finding out the more I use my 1911, the more I like the 1911 platform. It is so amazing. The kick on it's so much less because of the weight, and that trigger reset is so quick. Do more beginner videos. I'm trying. It's hard, because normally my videos just come as they flow. So Jardy, I definitely will try. Looking to get into the field, how much do you make a year? I won't tell you in specific how much I make. I've discussed this before in live videos, but I will say that beginning as a technician, coming into the field, you will make less than 30K a year as a lube tech, and then as you progress, you can get up to 100K, if not more. It just all depends on you. Okay, how much you're willing to put in, how much hustle you have in you, and how you decide to work. All right, guys, I had one more question come through as I was finishing up the edit. Would you ever open up a shop? I've discussed this before. I would not. I don't think I would. If I were ever to do my own thing, I would just do my own thing without any employees. I would just basically be a mobile mechanic, but do it for myself at my own house. I guess you could say that is a goal of mine, is just to have my own personal shop. And then of course with doing YouTube, I would have full reign of doing whatever I want, where I want, how I want, in my own garage. So yeah, I had to throw this one right up in there right quick, because the more the merrier, right? Thank y'all for the questions. There were some really good questions up in there. Kind of stumped me a little bit, you know, got me thinking, got the brain rolling. So if y'all can please check these videos out right here. Subscribe right there. Got a merch store here. Deuce.
That my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear. That my mind fills